Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drake Wing Gaming, somebody me on Twitter, The Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Undefeated. So, if y'all hear any noise today in the background, that is my roommate next door. He is watching Everything Everywhere All at Once, and he's making a lot of noise, and it's kind of funny. But yeah, if y'all hear any noises, that's why. But anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Okay. If TV and movies were any indication, this is probably what college cafeterias would have been like. It's pretty effing loud. I'm not sure I can get used to this, though. I suppose I'll have to. I start walking through the aisles of tables. Along the back walls are a number of different food stations. Looks like they... Oh, shit! My bad, little dude! Huh! This rather large wolf had swung his arm out, gesticulating wildly in the story he had been engrossed in. I hadn't noticed until his hand slapped into my right shoulder. I totally didn't see you there. Are you good? Huh. It stung a little bit, but nothing serious. I'm fine, thanks. His friends let out a quiet laugh. Dude, you gotta watch yourself. You could have broke his arm. They all laughed at that, a little louder this time. I really can't be bothered to deal with this. Whether they're joking at my expense or not, I'm not here to talk with them. I turn around to walk away. You look a little lost, little guy. Need any help? God damn it. I could just walk away without answering, but that'd probably just cause more problems. I don't know how these guys are. No, I'm good, thanks. Before they can say anything else, I walk off, heading deeper into the cafeteria hall. I don't hear anything from them, so I'm assuming they got the message. Little guy. Ugh. He sounded so condescending. I know I'm small. I don't need someone pointing it out. It's so loud in here. I need to find Red so I can get out of here. This noise is driving me crazy. Drayden said he was a hyena dude. He's probably the small one on the other end of the cafeteria waving at me. I wade through the aisles and pass by the folks walking around with their trays before finally making it to Red. Yo! Oh, wow, he's a little guy. The hyena is seated on the end of a table, separated from some other men by a few seats. Red waves a short salute. His tail flicks to either side underneath him. I wave back. Hey, it's Red, right? I extend my paw, and he claps his own into it. Zander! Nice to meet you! I'm sorry, Zander, nice to meet you. Good to meet you too, man. And yeah, technically it's Redline, but Red is fine too. I retract my paw after a nice proper shake. He keeps looking up at me, his tail still wagging. There's always that awkward lull after meeting someone when neither of you really have an agenda to attend to. When circumstances just sort of force you two to interact, but you really don't know what to say or how to proceed. I guess I've fallen into that again. He's still looking at me. Come on, man, take a seat. I want to hear all about it. I hesitate for a second before dropping down across the table from him. It? Yeah, man, the fight! He's getting pretty excited at this point. It's... I eye over at the men sitting a few seats down. I don't seem to notice or care, so I turn back to Red. I mean, you saw what happened, right? For sure. I mean, I think we all did. People don't really like to miss Bruce's fights. Redline takes another bite of his sandwich, holding the unfinished half in his hand as he talks. And people say he gets angry when people don't show up to watch. So I guess everyone just sort of comes out to see what's up. He swallows. But Christ, dude, we lost our fucking minds when they showed you, dude. We were expecting a bloodbath, man. I think people were putting money on whether you'd even survive. I narrow my eyes. Sorry to disappoint. Hyena lets out a sharp, one-beat laugh. Hey, don't sulk to me. I made a cool $50 off you pulling through. He laughs again, a little quieter this time. I can feel myself glaring at him. Well, then I'm glad I pulled through for your sake. I appreciate it, dude. And maybe if it happens again, I'll buy you something nice after you can walk again. He laughs at his own joke. I think he's picking up the hint that I didn't think it was as funny as he thinks, and his ears flicker slightly. What's the matter? If you're upset about losing, don't be, dude. Dude's like, really big, dude. Redline shoves a couple of fries into his maw. Besides, you won't have another fight like that again, right? So your odds are probably, like, really in your favor or something. Probably. I mean, I'm not a mathematician. I can't help but frown. I think you mean mathematician. Redline thinks for a moment and shakes his head. Nope, that doesn't sound right. I think you took too many hits to the head. He winks. I can't get a read on this guy, but I can't help but feel a smile creep up in the corner of my mouth. You know I didn't take any. You saw the fight. He swallows with a mouthful of salad he had. That's true. Maybe the medicine is making you loopy then. A shrug. That's probably what it is. Yeah. I hope you keep good on your promises, though. I've got another fight lined up with him. Redline coughs, gagging awkwardly on his salad. He takes a swig of water, swallows and inhales. What? Redline nearly stands over the table now, glaring down at me while I glaring down at me while I fold my hand over the side of my temple. I can't tell. I can tell the men down the table are looking at Redline as he yells, "You have another? Are you insane?" Please be quiet. Why? I stare daggers into him as he continues to yell. Because people are starting to stare. No, I mean... He pauses, looking around to the number of people that had turned to our direction. He sits down, leaning in close. I mean, why another fight? I let out a quiet sigh, my fingers rubbing up against the bridge of my nose. I let a beat pass, just long enough until I feel like they've stopped staring. Contract, details... to talk about it when there are less people around. Oh, okay. Redline goes right back to his food, scooping up his little cardboard cup of fries and fishing around inside. He plucks a few fries out and sticks them in his maw. He turns the cup to face me. You hungry? The few remaining fries rattle around inside the cup. They look pretty soggy, except for the one that's burnt to a crisp. I stare at them for a few seconds before drawing my vision back up to red. No, I'm alright. I can feel an awkward pause coming up, so I add a bit more. I ate pretty well in the mid-bay, actually. Oh yeah? I've never been in long enough to need to eat there. He picks at a fry or two for a few seconds before his eyes shift to either side. I mean, I wasn't. That sounded like I was bragging or something. Sorry, what I meant was, Our eyes met for only a brief moment before he turned away again. He sets his now empty cup back onto his tray and swallows the remainder of food in his maw. So, did you at least get all healed up? I mean, you're here now, obviously, but, was the medicine good? Are you feeling alright? My right shoulder is still a little bit sore. I roll the joints and try not to make a face. For the most part, yeah. I've got some physical therapy tomorrow for this piece of work. But all in all, it could have been worse. The doctor was pretty nice, too. Who'd you get? Drayden, I think his name was. His ears perk up. Oh, I know of him. We haven't talked, though. Is he as scary as his name sounds? Oh, no, he was actually really nice. Like a weird dad or a pediatrician. I managed to get a laugh out of the hyena. You do look pretty young, though I guess most of us lightweights do, right? I nod my head, looking around the cafeteria. I guess I can see that, yeah. So, what's the deal with the food here? Do I just... Redline was already standing by the time I started my second question. Oh, dude, it's totally confusing, I know. It's actually really cool. Follow me. He's already started walking away. He's probably started talking if I wasn't right behind him. I wonder if he will. Nope, that's mean. I get up and follow Redline. So, as part of your contract or whatever, you get access to most of the cafe whenever you want. He doesn't even look back to check if I'm following before he starts talking. Damn, I could have gotten away with it. Are you in the mood for anything specific? I almost say that the hospital food had done me good, but watching those fries rattle around awakens something in me. That latent hunger that never really seems to go away. It grows. It desires. I wouldn't mind a smoothie or something. That, the hyena turns on his heel, pointing to one section along the wall of the cafeteria. The smoothie station onward! He's already walking. I follow alongside him. He moves pretty fast, but it's not hard to keep up with him. So, at the start of regular meal hours, you'll probably have to wait in line for stuff, but you're in luck. Lunch started a while ago, so you'll probably be fine. Regular meal hours? Yep, I think it's something like 5 to 9 a.m. for breakfast, or, well, pre-workout. And then 11 to 3 for lunch. I think 5 to 9 for dinner? You'll get used to that. You'll get used to the times. They're pretty flexible since people are always coming in and out of the gym. He scratches his ear. The menus are pretty big. Sometimes they do special meals, too. Turkey and stuff in the fall. Ham in the winter. You know, seasonal stuff. Redline stops on a dime, and I catch myself from bumping into someone walking in front of us. Seems we're here. The smoothie station he had mentioned earlier seems to be more of a traditional coffee shop-looking place. A nice wooden finish surrounds this section of the cafeteria, and it actually has a door that leads out into the hallway. Seems like I can access this place when the rest of the cafeteria is closed. Kind of weird departure from the rest of the cafeteria and its rather masculine-looking clientele, but I'm not about to complain. Redline nudges me from my left, wrapping an arm around me. I tense up when he presses his arm into my shoulder from the other side. See? Check the menu, dude! They have everything! Smoothies, coffee, protein shakes, energy drinks, you name it! It really is an impressive menu. I take a moment to scan over the options while Redline rambles on about some of his favorites. A good 30 seconds pass before someone taps on my shoulder. Are you gonna order? My head craned around to see a number of men behind me. Seems to have started a line. Shit. I stumble forward to the polite otter barista, who's probably been standing there uncomfortably for the whole time. Sorry, can I get a mango banana smoothie? She confirms and writes something onto a cup while the other baristas get to work. I step back out of the way while the rest of the customers get in line. Can't help but feel embarrassed for making people wait. I don't know anyone else here, and I've already managed to piss off a bunch of strangers. I swear to God, the guy behind me was growling. You alright? His voice makes me nearly jump. Yeah, no, I think I held up the line there. A paw claps my right shoulder. Ow! Redline seems to enjoy getting real close. Oh, I wouldn't sweat it, you're new here. I feel like that's less of an excuse than you think it is. And besides, it's not like anyone's in any rush. It's lunchtime, dude. Get your smoothie and relax. As if on cue, another barista calls my name, holding up a small cup filled with a light orange concoction. I ease my way to where they stand and snatch it up, giving a hasty thanks. Redline and I start making our way back towards the table. He's been chatting idly since I got my smoothie. He talks pretty loud and fast, but I suppose it's better than him being drowned out by the noise of the cafeteria. God, the smoothie really hits the spot. Seeing those fries had me thinking about salty food for a few minutes. I guess that was enough to get me thirsty for something fruity. The sweetness of the banana was overpowered only by the flavor of the fresh mango. Nice and cool and creamy, too. Why didn't I think to ask for this in the med bay? I guess I didn't know they served this stuff. I usually just went with whatever Drayden recommended. He kept telling me to try the salmon, and I had to keep telling him I'm a vegetarian. You think my doctor would remember that much, at least? And so he had my tray, right? And I had to butt in and say that it was mine, not his, and then he just, took off running? Right, I probably should have been listening. I guess he was embarrassed or something, but the worst part is that while he was running away, I yelled sorry out at him. Redline hacks out a laugh that's halfway between nervous and embarrassed. You apologized to the guy? To the guy trying to steal my food? I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. His paws press into his temple, muffling an exasperated groan. I mean, hey, if the food was good enough, then... Oh, dude, it was fucking amazing! So good that I gotta pace myself with it. Luckily, they only have it on the menu, once a month. Oh. It all happened so fast. I'm looking at Redline as he talks, and I bump into someone, maybe hard enough to accidentally crush my smoothie cup. The lid pops off, spilling that mango-banana mixture onto the shirt of the brick wall of a man I bumped into. He shoves me back faster than I can process, and as I scramble to stay on my feet, slip in the bit of smoothie and drop to the floor. My backside crashes to the floor, with Redline trying and failing to keep me held upright by my right arm. Ouch! Fuck! After shaking myself out of my stupor, I look up to see my aggressors. 4 men stand in front of us, one of them with a wet orange stain on his tank top. And next to him, and the one in the middle... Oh. Bruce. Our eyes meet, if only for a second, almost as some sort of confirmation to our identities. Hey, what the fuck? You got a problem, shithead? The canine with the stain barks back at Redline. Bruce's chest chuffs out a short sigh, and I swear I see his eyes roll for a split second before they close. With that, his arms reach out. Bruce bends over, claws digging into my shirt as I'm yanked up into the air. I get a closer look into Bruce's eyes at his height. He looks pissed, to be frank. I mean, he normally looks pissed, but this was a different type of pissed. When I used to watch his fights, and even in our bout earlier, he had this air about him. A big, mean motherfucker. Someone that took enjoyment out of breaking bones and ending careers. Like a demolition expert, excitedly lining up dynamite to blow a building to hell. But here, inches from his face, with Redline barking out to his aggressor, with the whole cafeteria feeling like it's frozen in time, he feels like a different person. He's not enjoying this. He wants me dead. I can feel it. I'm amazed they let a bitch like you out of the med bay. A grin spreads across his face. His eyes don't change. And now you're trying to start shit again? Didn't I already kick your ass? You hit him too hard, Bruce. I think you must have forgot. His buddy to the other side yells out, forcing a laugh from Bruce and the man behind him. I still don't know who the fuck you think you are, kid. I'm dropped to the floor. Well, more forced down into it. Bruce had been holding me up a good foot in the air. Luckily, I managed to land on my feet and avoid slipping in the mango smoothie, slowly melting on the tile. Bruce's forceful shove sort of broke the physical stalemate we had been in. Everyone around us had to stop and see what had just made the sound. But you'll stay the fuck out of my way if you know what's good for you. Bruce's massive hands pressed against me on that word. I let out a grunt and forced backward, but Redline's tight grip on my wrist helped steady me. He'd been holding on to it this whole time. I hadn't even noticed. You got that? The snarl echoes out across the dining hall. Everyone on our side of the cafeteria is staring silently, watching like statues ready to witness a crime. Even the staff at the food stations are frozen. A fork drops somewhere, followed by the pursuit. Shit. The beast stands back up to its full height, towering over most people in the vicinity. It's a pretty uncomfortable scene. Bruce's eyes shift to the opposite side, looking for something I can't see. Silently, he moves. He's definitely faster than I think anyone would give him credit for, especially at the size he is. His body moves straight forward, walking past me, and forcibly checking me with his shoulder as he does. The rest of his posse follows, the canine making sure to step carefully over the slush on the floor. Do you think this will wash out? He speaks in a hushed tone to the man next to him, their voices fading into the distance as they exit. I can't focus on them right now. I'm able to put coherent thought to what just happened. I had my smoothie. I was talking to Redline, and I fell, and his eyes. That was different than from before. He was angry. He was really fucking angry. Stay out of his way. How am I supposed to do that? I'm fucking trapped down here. I'll probably run into him later today on my way around the facility. Am I just supposed to stay in my room? And why is it so fucking loud in here? Zander? A fresh breath of stale air flows through my nostrils as Redline's voice catches my attention. He's really close to my ears. I blink a few times. A bit wet from the edge of my eye. A bit wet from the edge of my eye spreads to my upper eyelid. My hand quickly rises to wipe them dry. Dude. I'm fine. The crack in my voice proves me wrong. I clear my throat and try again. It's fine. Sorry. What the hell was that? First he ruins your smoothie, now he thinks he just gets to shove you around? The fuck is his problem? Redline is louder than normal. I think that's just how he is. I don't know yet. He continues on, walking his back towards our table. I follow without thinking, though I'd rather be anywhere else. Nah, dude, that's some bullshit. Like, we get little spats here and there after all the time, but where does he get off pushing you around like that? I can feel the rest of the cafeteria's eyes laser focused on us. My head is still ringing, and I don't think I can afford Redline being any louder than he is already. I need to get out of here. Listen, man, can we go? He looks at me weird. Go? Oh, the room! Right! God! Here, let's go. Follow me. He grabs my wrist again and walks a lot faster now, aiming for a pair of doors leading out the hallway. I try to keep my head down as we pass a number of men on our way out. Redline marches straight through the open doors like a man on a mission. It's a bit louder out here than it was before, but not by a whole lot. More people walking around. It seems lunchtime is nearing its end. There's still a few people out and about, though. I think I see a few heads turn as Redline leads us into the main hall. He wastes no time taking a direct path to where we need to go. Down the hall, up a flight of stairs, into the second floor hallway. It's just as wide as the first floor, but completely empty. Redline and I power walk down the empty hall. Unlike the main floor, though, the walls are completely covered, with normal wooden doors defending each room. Redline's grip is really strong. I can keep up with him just fine, but he's got a death grip on my wrist. Redline. His ears twitch, and he stops almost immediately, turning to face me. What's up? I look at my wrist. You're hurting me. Huh? Oh! Oh, sorry, The hyena immediately pulls his paw away, releasing me. It hesitates over my wrist for a second, like he's unsure if he should rub it or something. I take mine back as well, rubbing my wrist gently. My shoulder still hurts from when he was pulling it on it in the cafeteria. Still, the fact that he was holding on so tight was a nice gesture, even if it probably didn't help my shoulder. I feel like I should say something, but I'm kind of enjoying the silence for now. It finally feels like I can finally breathe. We kept walking once Redline pulled his hand away, but at a bit of a slower pace. Whatever gets us closer to the room and further away from the others, I guess. Alright, guys and gals, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right here. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Leave a super thanks or a tip if you can. It always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!